Yeah.
So this little guy, what's his name?
Silverado.
Silverado. He is silver, isn't he? He's a bit underweight.
Yeah.
He's very thin. So he's recently been desexed.
Yep.
And yeah, you can actually see down here how thin he is because his spine is showing.
Yep.
So
when he came in, he was only 395 grams at 10 months of age.
Okay.
So he was a lot more bony than this.
So what we're looking at down here is desexing. And since then his little penis is staying out the whole time, is that right?
Yes.
So the suture area has healed, but you can still see the marks where that was on either side. Okay, have you tried using an oil on there?
Yeah, I've tried the sugar water and also a little bit of coconut oil. And
yeah, I wouldn't do sugar water, but I would do an oil, like a mineral oil.
Yeah, coconut oil, it goes in most of the way.
Yep.
There's a little tip poking out, and then the next day it's back to
I would be doing that once a day and just helping him with that till he's okay. But the bigger concern is his weight at the moment, because I think once he bulks out a little bit and he gets on top of that, if we look how thin he is, while it doesn't affect that area in particular, having bulk and weight around is, what should we say, having dropped so much weight, he's got a failure to thrive at the moment. And when there's failure to thrive, he's at risk of other issues coming on board. So while that's poking out, it would cause pain when he's moving around if he bumps it. So I would be helping him with that morning and night, and in the meantime weighing him every single day to make sure he starts to put on weight. Yeah. Keeping him on a really soft substrate, because you don't want, that's a very sensitive little area down there. And we can get some oil, we can see what will happen and pop it back in. And I'll look under the magnifying glass as well to see if we can see anything. We're just going to put some oil on that little area. Just going to lay you down here so you're supported, so we can have a little look. Sorry, little guy. A very sore area, and it doesn't help when yeah, you've got something stuck there, haven't you? Okay, let's just get my glasses on so I can see a bit better. Let me put these ones on this way. Okay. Alright. Just going to wrap him in here for a minute. Yep. I'll show you. If you want to come over my shoulder this way, because it's easier, little guy, get you pinned down there so I can see a bit more up close what we're doing. Sorry, little fella. It's all very tricky when you're trying to work in that area. You could towel wrapping, which might help a bit better. You can see a little bit more closely what's going on here. He has got some hard skin caught round the edge of the outer shaft. I'll just take that off. That might help. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's get that bit of oil. Yeah, look at that there. I don't know whether you can see that there, but we've got some little hard bits really stuck on you. Stuck down there. He's going to gather all sorts of bits and pieces on the penile shaft area with it back like that. And he almost looks like it's partly damaged right at the base of the stem. So I'm gonna, it's really look. So what's going on? Okay. Got a lot of hard bits that are just coming off from around there. We'll see if that makes a difference, but a big part of helping him is to make sure it's really clean and that it's lubricated. So let's see if there's anything. I know, we're looking right back up there. Sorry, sweetie pie. It's in a very bad position. You can see it's very red. Okay, let's just see. So almost with it being so swollen, just have to see if it can settle down. It might still have quite a bit. It's a little bit better with it there, but it's still not right in, is it? Has he been back to the vet?
Not recently, no.
So it's almost like the swelling is right down here on the main stem. Maybe if keeping it really clean, I'd try salt water and saline on there.
Yeah.
And then just do that every day to help keep him on a really clean substrate. And the other thing is making sure he's gaining weight.
Yeah, he is, luckily.
Yeah, once he gains, he'll then, I think, get on top of that. A big part of it is, and it must be very painful with it open to touch like that.
It's a very slow weight gain, like only 5 grams a week, but it's there.
Yeah, you're very cute. You're very cute. Yeah, you're very cute. Okay. She's had mange mite. She's been treated with Revolution recently. She's got quite a tummy on her there.
Yeah,
I'm just going to give her a little bath just to help with that because she's still got quite a bit more. Calm down. Shh. Calm down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's really jumpy.
Yeah. When she first came in, her belly was really, really hard and tight.
Yeah.
You couldn't pick her up without her screaming.
Yeah.
So she's...
It's okay. Alright, let's just see. Yeah, she's got quite a bit, so we're just gonna give her a little Melissa bath, which she's not gonna like. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this to help her get on top of the fungal component. So she's got a lot of hair that's regrowing, which is good. And no, sweetie pie. I'm just going to be really careful with you. Okay. Just don't want to keep her there. I just want to help her stay as low as possible to the ground while we just get that on her feet. I know, as long as we wash this around you, get it where we need to on your little feet. Hello. Yeah, can see down here.
And her footsies are still quite red.
Yeah.
She nearly had bumblefoot when she first came in.
It's alright, sweetheart. It's alright. It's alright. Good girl. So you can start to see some of the hairless areas in through the top here where it is, but this will just help her while she gets closer to delivering. It'll just get on top of the fungal and I'll be able to ensure that she's well. When you get piggies in from rescues and they haven't perhaps had the right diet, or they've got fungal or mites or other problems on board, their immune system is completely compromised. So when we look at them, when we look at caring for them, we've got to try and remove as many things that will add to that immunity response. So she does not need fungal on board at the moment, and it's something we can treat so simply like this, keeping her calm while we just get on top of it. So the mites have been dealt with, and that's great, but she'll feel a whole lot better herself. Another one. Just wiping these ears out. They're not too bad actually. Ears, but the main area where she had little bits of dander showing, bits of hairlessness, a few itchy scratchy places, the Malaseb, which is what we're using, will just deal with any fungal like that, so it's not going to be a problem for her. She'll be much calmer and she can concentrate on being pregnant and getting better and having her young, rather than losing all her coat. Okay. Good. Very good. All right.